I think we're live.
I guess we're live.
Hopefully
I
we're
can't
live.
tell from here.
Well, you should tell from somewhere. You should get a bling.
Yeah, I just got a
bling.
bling.
We're live.
Hey, hello
I
everyone.
Got a bling. Okay.
Welcome to Friday Night Tech on my channel for a change, Adam of Geekheim. Nice
Friday
to see
Night Tech Talk.
Friday Night Tech Talk? Oh, I forgot to talk. But it's more shouting sometimes and grunting.
Well, that's because of Will, yeah.
Yeah. But hello everyone, thanks for coming. Let's get our intros out of the way here. Let's go in the order that I got on my Hangouts here. George, Mike, and then Will.
Okay, well, oldest first. Okay, all right. I'm Mobile Geezer, because you all know me from my Mobile Geezer channel, which I'll be hosting this next Friday at 8 o'clock. And you can follow me on Instagram, Google Plus for another few weeks, Twitter, Facebook, and my website is mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, and I usually put up a new article about once a week.
All right, Mike.
Okay, hi, how you doing? I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Device. Welcome to tonight's Friday Tech Talk, where it is a chilly, 12 degrees out today?
It's bad.
Oh, no, I know. 17 according to my OnePlus here. So it's a snowy one at that. So welcome everybody. Glad everybody can join us.
But to make you feel better, it's 49 right now here.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, George.
It actually was Dollar Shave Club.
What's going on, everybody? It's Friday. Thank God. Finally, it's been a long week. Hopefully we'll have a good stream. Hope everybody's warmer than me because I'm freezing.
Yeah, you deserve it.
On a
There's
sweater.
only one of us wearing a short sleeve shirt, Will.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, all right. So just want to welcome everyone to my channel because I normally don't host. Across the bottom, you might notice also I'm simulcasting on Twitch also because I know we get lots of followers from YouTube because all these guys here have YouTube channel. But you might see stuff scrolling along the bottom. That's the Twitch chat, and over there in the corner is a little subscriber drive I'm having going on. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're into geeky related stuff and maybe the monthly host I might throw in for these guys, please feel free. So we're going to jump into some stories, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What are we going to jump in for? Who's going to go first?
Do we want to let Mike get the sad one out of the way? The Google Plus going away one?
Sounds good to me. Go for it, Mike.
I'm sad. Well, it's official. It's official. I just got the email, matter of fact. I actually shared this with the group here. Shutting down Google Plus for consumers' personal accounts April 2nd. Sad face. Anyway, yeah. This is where you get the Adam, you get the little music in the background, wah, 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 you know. Yeah. Apparently it's going away, and let's see here. What was the thing about? Excuse me. In a few days, something's going to happen. Oh, as early as February 4th, you will no longer be able to create a Google Plus account, profiles, pages, community, or events. Thank you, brother.
Better late than never, I always say.
No problem. Sorry, it took me a couple seconds. I didn't have it at the ready.
Okay. If I was good, Adam. It says if you're a Google Plus community owner or moderator, basically they're just telling you it's a good time to start downloading and saving your files. I've been seeing a lot of here goes that favorite word of Adam's, chatter of people going around trying. I love it. People going around trying to figure out what they're going to do, and I saw somewhere. Okay, starting early March 19th, additional data will be available for downloading, including author body and photos for every community post in the public community. I thought I saw. Okay, if you're Google Plus for comments on your own or other sites, this feature will be removed by bloggers.
No, from Blogger.
Oh, from Blogger. by the February 4th, and on other sites March 7th. All Google Plus comments on the sites will be deleted starting April 2nd, 2019. But the thing is, why close Google Plus down yet though? Leave it for the G Suite customers, customers.
Because the G Suite customers are many of them are enterprise customers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
Right.
shelling out big bucks for that.
Exactly.
They're putting up. Well, of course, it's part of they made it part of the G Suite, so
Right.
there's where the bucks come from. But I thought the site was compromised. Why keep it going for those people?
They're not getting. Are they getting rid of it because it was compromised, or are they getting rid of it because they don't want to support it anymore for everyone?
No, the initial reason was that it was compromised last year.
Yes, last year.
Twice.
Yes,
really?
Twice. Yes, but yet though it says here, if you're a G Suite customer, Google Plus for your Google G Suite account should remain active. Contact your G Suite administrator for more details. You can also expect to look at new features soon.
So they're still working on it, obviously.
Right, and so that's the thing. That's the thing I think is really getting me a little twisted. Is I always went to Google Plus for all the dirt. You know what I mean? Everything that's coming out.
All the rumors and all that stuff.
Right. You got really good information from Android headlines, Android police, Android community, people who started their own communities. When Nexus was out, there was a whole lot of Nexus communities. There was a lot of, yes, it was really tech oriented. At least it was. And maybe that's because maybe I geared myself towards it.
Yeah, but that's what I did too. Yeah,
you really got, and then it was just another place to get the word out. I met a few people here that I'm friends with, through, because maybe I met them here. Heck, wait a minute. Will. We met on Google Plus, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, no wonder they're shutting it down.
Because he was snapping pictures, and I don't know what phone it was, but I remember he snapped pictures and it said something, and I saw, it showed the location, Sticklerville, New Jersey. I'm like going, huh? I'm seeing places, California, Spain, different parts of the world. Here's one guy from Sticklerville, New Jersey. I'm like, oh, get out of here.
It's called the homeboy hookup.
Yeah. And it just it's just the part that really just, I guess, really irritates me is why they say they were going to shut it down for the, okay, maybe it didn't turn out like they wanted to, but on the other hand, they're keeping it open for the G Suite customers, and they claim that we were closing it down because it got compromised. I think
right, but keep in mind that if you're a G Suite customer, it'll be all right, and contact your G Suite administrator, which tells you they've got big bucks coming from there because they have a G Suite administrator. So they're not about to shut that down.
Right.
But also make it clear that Google Plus has been around for a lot of years, and they've never really gotten it to take off.
You know why, George?
Good.
I know when I first got into Android, it was just on the phone. I didn't even know what it was. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't push it. Google wasn't.
No, they've never pushed it, because when I first started doing YouTube, I did everything on Google Plus.
That's Google's problem. They never come out with a new product and never really push it. The only app they ever push or service was, I never forget the Google Photos commercials that came out.
Yes. And they're kind of pushing Duo lately.
Have you seen some commercials for Duo?
Really?
Yeah, on here and there I've seen ads about it. So I think they want that to still be successful. Huh? No, I haven't seen it on TV, I don't believe, but I've seen it other places.
Okay, I was just curious.
But at least they're interested, But you're right. Generally, they never pushed Google Plus,
And look, we got people. We got some moms in a room. I saw my wife there, and we have Android Stud. How you doing there? I hope.
Stud.
Leo.
Yo, Leo, please don't sweat too much while you're down in Florida, okay? Please.
Oh, Leo changed his avatar. That's why I didn't recognize it.
Yeah. Oh, my man's doing some nice little tweaks on his channel.
Oh, sweet. I got to go check it out.
You got to go check him out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been slacking on all my
Leo
YouTube.
seems to have a lot of stuff going on, coming up with new stuff.
Yeah.
He's a creative guy, man.
Yeah.
I snuck up on him on Monday, putting out a video on Tuesday, and I was probably about 20 miles from him. Yeah.
Yeah. You were down in his neck of the woods, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in Hollywood, Florida, and he's down a little below that.
And also Liam of Geekheim. And who's that guy?
I don't know. He's someone that's biting off my name. He better get out of here. That's my son, actually. He's only 9, so take it easy on him. And once he sees him curse, you let me know.
Yeah. So,
the insulin is really not putting in the refrigerator.
Patricia's in here. Hi, Carol. Hi, Patricia.
Hello. Is that in Will's background?
Will, was that Davis and Mars axe?
That's boxing.
Do I sense another live stream coming up?
Yeah.
The weekly boxing stream.
I'm telling you, I'm threatening it, and it's going to happen. We're going to get 6 Louise, and maybe we'll get Will on at the same time. They could just talk about boxing and at the same time. I bet you it's really going to be good stuff.
What we need to do is set up some kind of boxing match.
Nah, he looks like he's in
God.
a different weight class than me.
With Will and 6.
Yeah,
I'd be willing to participate. I have
He's
boxing
tall.
gloves.
He's tall and yeah. Oh well,
4
George,
of
you
you
can get
could
in there
strap
with 6.
yourselves together and fight
Yeah, I
me
wouldn't mind.
to get to the same weight class.
Oh my goodness, that would be crazy. That would be
That's how it
crazy.
goes.
Anyway,
All right.
so yeah, I'm very upset. I don't want to sound corny, but yes, I'm really going to miss Google Plus a lot.
Oh,
If this was 2 years ago, I would say the same thing. But now everything I post on Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, and Facebook. So I'm probably not going to miss it that much.
I prefer Google Plus over Twitter and I mean some parts Facebook. I mean Google Plus is all right. It just depends on what community you were in.
Yeah, and I agree with Mike. If you're following Android Police or it's a great place to follow some of those big sites because they post
there was always, you always got the tidbits. I'll admit a lot of my stuff I got from my early days where we're finding out about a deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found out on Google Plus, you know what I mean? And followed up with it. Yeah. So
yeah.
I know. I think we're going to need I think all 4 of us all dedicate our own Google Plus site. There we go.
Well, now they got,
I'm telling you, Discord is where it's at.
what's that thing called? Me we or whatever. That thing isn't as, to me. It's not as.
Sorry.
I don't know. Google Plus was kind of a mess, but it was more organized than that thing. So
It was our mess.
me we or whatever that thing was called. That's not that great.
And Mike,
Well, you didn't have to put up with anybody's drama.
don't be too sad, Mike. It's okay. Google Plus will be back one day. Oh, Jesus.
Now you got me crying in my boots.
Oh no.
All
right, so
Mike, you do good on Twitter. I don't really like Twitter.
I like
Twitter. Twitter's my second favorite,
Yeah.
next to Google Plus. I like Twitter.
Looks like Twitter just took the
Mike
lead,
has
eh?
become like me. He posts on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, so you can catch up with him like me all the time.
Yeah, I've been trying to do more Instagram too. So
yeah,
I was on Twitter the other day going back and forth with somebody about the whole thing that we're going to touch on later, that bug. But I don't know. I prefer Google Plus.
no.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
you got another month to roll with it. Another 2 months from today.
Don't worry, Google's going to come out with another one probably in May.
Yeah, that they won't push.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, it will be. They'll announce it at Google I/O. Yeah, we got a new social site, and here it is.
Yeah, I remember when they did that with Allo. We saw where that went.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be out in the winter time.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to take a picture of a QIR code,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
See,
happy.
you guys sound like me. You sound disgruntled with Google.
Oh no, I'm not disgruntled with Google at all. I'm loving a lot of the stuff they do. That friggin' call screening. I love it.
Oh, okay.
I like
more
it
and
when
more
I
stuff
have
like
it, but
that.
I don't miss it now. Now that I don't have it anymore, it's like I don't miss it. I don't know.
Oh, the power I feel pushing that button, making someone listen to me.
Yeah, but Adam, when I would like it more if when the telemarketing people called, if they didn't just hang up, like they hang right up.
If I could somehow send an electric pulse back down the line to them, that would be best. Don't get me wrong, but
they hang so fast.
I think the FCC would have something to say about that.
That's it, Adam. You're starting to sound like the Emperor in Star Wars.
Wait, Adam,
Mm-hmm.
can you see the person from was it Chairman Pie with his big mug? Well, I don't know. We should be really doing that with electrical wires like that,
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that guy. All right, so we moving on to the big Apple discussion from the week.
All right, Will, take it away. I want to hear what you have to say.
Let me see. Well, let me see if you had a link to the article. Hold on.
Yeah, he's got it. I got it right here.
Okay, well, let me see. I'm on the thing. There's no. Oh, okay,
no, there wasn't a link in it. Here, right,
There was the bug that basically let if you FaceTime somebody, they were able to kind of do what Duo lets you do. You could see the person before they accepted the call, but you were able to listen in to them before they picked up the call. And then there was like something else where if you tap the power button, or either way, it was a bug, and it didn't. As far as I know, it never affected me. But
it's still there too, right?
Well, no, they
disabled the FaceTime server or whatever, so it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
they're pushing out a fix. I didn't check my phone, but
this was a special case because it would only go through Apple servers, because it was one where you had to do like a conference call. You start a regular call and then you you go into a conference call and you invite yourself.
You had to be FaceTiming more than one person.
Yeah, but you can invite yourself and then the other person automatically answers. But Apple did close down the servers that run that, so there's no way for that exploit to happen now, but it still exists. It's not in their code, and so right now you can't do group conversations.
Yeah, they're supposed to be patching it. They said this week, but it looks like this week's almost over, but who knows? I mean, I don't know. To me, I think the whole thing was overblown.
Yeah, I think it was blown out of proportion.
To me, because it was Apple, people just jumped on it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Apple has ever come out and been like, yeah, we don't have any bugs. They've just said we care more about your privacy than Google or whoever else does. And for the most part, they've shown that to be true. They block, you know what I mean? They block your phone. If the cops try to get your phone, they disable the port and all that stuff. So I don't know. To me, it wasn't really that big of an issue. Like if you're FaceTiming somebody and you're worried about that person listening to your private details before you talk to them, they must not be too trustworthy. You shouldn't be FaceTiming. I don't know what kind of phone.
But it's not even that. It's anyone. Like anyone can send a FaceTime to you.
Yeah,
and if you pick up your phone,
wait. Listen, if I FaceTime you, you can set your FaceTime where you wouldn't accept it from everybody. You know what I mean? You have an option to not accept a FaceTime from.
Yeah, but I thought this worked with if you didn't answer it at all, they could still listen in.
But just like AirDrop, like you can put AirDrop to where you only get AirDrops from people that you know.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. To me, it wasn't that big.
Don't know how to do that.
To me, it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, and I just checked for an update. It wasn't on there.
I guess it's a serious thing, but it ain't like it's. To me, if this was on Android, it'd be worse, because if it was on Android, you don't know when they're gonna fix it. If your particular model is gonna get a fix, or if your carrier is gonna let the fix come out, or So I don't know. I think they just jumped on it because it was Apple. And they said Apple handled it poorly because I guess the woman reported it on the 21st or Twittered it or whatever she did on the 21st. And then
it was like a week
to get back to her. And then they made her make some kind of account to make an official bug and all, before they put it out, then let everybody know. But that was only a couple days. Like, how many bugs are found before But when people report them and nobody does nothing.
But supposedly, I heard that somebody was talking to their lawyer, and part of like a deposition over because they're divorcing their husband. Now, did you hear that, Will? Did you hear the story with that one?
I've seen something about it, but that just sounds that just sounds so ridiculous.
Well, I can see where somebody might be FaceTiming with their lawyer in that kind of situation. That kind of makes sense to me.
Right.
No. If you're FaceTiming with your lawyer, it's good. But they're saying somebody else was in that face. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, the New York Attorney General is supposed to be getting involved, and they're investigating. Like, they don't have nothing better to do but investigate a FaceTime call. Come on.
It was because, and George, supposedly the husband overheard the conversation somehow.
Okay.
Because of the bug.
Really?
But
okay.
Yeah, right. Look what Six put in the thing. Samsung phones were sending messages to people.
Sending pictures.
Yeah, we're sending pictures. Were exploding. There was no no investigation in the Samsung phones when they were blowing up. They recalled the phone twice.
You could not take a Samsung Note on an airplane anywhere in the world at some point.
George, they recalled the phone twice. Or they recalled it, sold it again, and it was still blowing up. And they had to recall it again. They still didn't do no internal investigation.
And then just about every airline in the world said you cannot bring a Samsung Note on this plane. So something was done about it.
People still have their Samsung Note. What is it, 7? People still have it. Everybody didn't turn them in. Like, they're just making a big deal because it's Apple. It's just ridiculous. It's really crazy.
So now, you can tell, folks, he loves Apple the way I love.
I'm just saying this is ridiculous. What was that bug? Android had a couple years ago. Stage fright. Look how long that for everybody.
That was another one. Just like you're saying, they made a big deal out of it. I don't know one person who ever got that.
No, but wait, they made a big deal out of it as far as tech goes. This thing's been on the news and CNN everywhere has had this FaceTime.
Because it's Apple and it's
it's stupid news.
They're just making a big deal because it's Apple. It's like they're trying to make an example out of them or something.
But Six is saying will happen. This will fade into oblivion.
And what there's two take. Well, my takeaway is this. I'm going to share with you. First off, Adam, what was the poll? Adam.
The poll came out, and no, where'd the poll go? Hold on, I got to go back over here. Oh no,
he's got to go poll himself.
I lost. Oh, here we go. All right, the poll was 50% of your viewers think that it's bad but expected, and a full third of them were meh.
I was in that bottom third there.
Yeah,
it's a big deal and it's a problem, but it's not like. To me, I would rather have this happen to Apple than have it happen to on Android, because on Android it would be a disaster.
Yeah, you're right. It would, because getting the update through would be.
Yeah, it would be terrible.
Yeah.
To me, I thought like their response time or whatever, maybe not from the time they answered the woman, but just think about how much bug reports and things they get from people saying this is happening to my phone. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, what did they want them to do? Like, answer tomorrow?
But I don't think any of these companies start to really react and we get aware of it in the general public until it starts to be widespread to some degree.
Well, no, they said that this lady, I don't know if she was on Twitter or whatever she did when she reported it, and then they told her like you have to make this kind of an account so it can be an official bug and then they can investigate. So it was like I don't know what they wanted them to do that would have been any better, or how another company would have handled that any better. Because I've been on Google's issues page or whatever, and that thing is ridiculous. I don't know if you ever went to it, but Google has a whole page with a whole list of people's problems that they're complaining about on their phones, and I'm sure they're not getting addressed in a week.
You triggered my singer's mind because you said it's a big deal, and my mind went, I feel so close to you right now. It's a big deal.
Some of those problems for Google stuff's been on there since like the Nexus days of phones, and nothing,
Yeah, it's all priorities. It's all, we only have so much resources to throw at stuff, so.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I thought it was a big thing and I'm sure they'll talk about it on Android Central's podcast this week, and they're gonna they're going to talk about it all year. It's going to be the big news.
No, I agree with 6. It'll fade away.
Well, let me ask.
For the rest of the year,
Apple jumped on it quick, so I got to give Apple credit for that. So I think that'll help make it fade away.
You see, you think it's going to help make it fade away. I think that's going to make it worse because what we think is quick, everybody else is saying that was slow and their response was lousy. So yeah, that's what. That's
no,
I'm
laughing because, like you said about the Androids, I'm pleased with the week compared to some Androids were. Anyway,
the consensus is that Apple handled it poor because this woman reported it so early. But it's not like
it would be fixed already.
This is how people are, If a hurricane comes, well, the president didn't act fast enough. Doesn't matter who's president; it's the same stupid crap.
Yeah, but. I don't know.
And you know what else? You know what else Apple did that was smart? They went and they started getting other stuff in the news by them going against Facebook and Google. They were like, "Let's change this news story."
Yeah,
so do we?
Are you talking about the Facebook stuff?
Yeah. So let's. I figured that was a good segue into those stories.
Wait, before we segue,
very nicely.
But now Mike's going to pull us back in.
I want to pull you back in just for a second. I still got two things. First off, do you think the other services like I'm trying to think of Google's Duo maybe or Facebook? All those had an opportunity because don't forget this is coming from the company that posted a big billboard over at CES saying how their privacy is great, and all of a sudden is it a missing opportunity here for those other ones to say, hey, look, to feature our FaceTime version?
I don't think, you know what, people use WhatsApp in other countries because we already know iPhone is big here, but it's not as big anywhere else.
So I think huge around the world.
I think WhatsApp and all that still gets used. Facebook, to me, the video isn't as good, so I don't think that's going to get nowhere. That's like for kids. What else is there? Duo? I don't think so because I don't think Duo is used here that often.
Well, I'm telling you, it was an opportunity to feature their services. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
and also coming from no, they didn't. But coming from after what they did at CES, having a big banner saying their privacy is the better one. You know what I'm talking about, that big thing. Yeah. That's was like that's how I was looking at, and not just about Duo, Adam. Where are you? Anyway,
I'm here. Hi.
But could have Facebook came out with their messaging service and a little
Facebook can't come out and say nothing good about their privacy.
They have no room to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one last thing was that through all this stuff that's going to
you almost said chatter.
I didn't say the C. I didn't say
almost
the C word. I said the talk. Okay, in the conversation. Again, I listened to different people talk about things in the office and all. Not one person really seemed to be fazed by any of this happening. If anything at all, I had one person, one of my coworkers today, was concerned about because of the weather. So she called her daughter. She picked up the phone and she used Facebook Messenger to do a video chat to her daughter to ask her, hey, put a video. Let me see how much snow's in the backyard and asked her how were the roads and stuff. And I found it really interesting that she's on an iPhone, but she decided to use Facebook Messenger to do a video chat.
Does her daughter have an iPhone?
They all have iPhones.
Okay. So
I'm just saying, it's just I found it interesting that, yes, it goes back to the news driving something out of proportion to a point. I'm not saying this wasn't it wasn't a good thing, wasn't completely a bad thing, but it's just interesting that the general consensus. I'm going back to the general consumer is like going, oh well, what who's playing a football game tonight? You know what I mean? That's or basketball game, whatever. You know what I mean? It was farthest thing from their mind. So.
Yeah, because so most people, if you weren't like looking for it, unless you caught a story on the news, you would have never even heard about it.
And I think this
Apple jumped on it so fast that, and even if
the kind of stuff that only techies really talk about, I don't think they're right crap one way or the other.
Because even if you heard about it on the news, if the news didn't just jump on it to get the headline out there, they would have had to say there's a bug, but Apple shut down the servers. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have just been there's a bug. You would have heard that they did something to stop the problem and they're working on a fix. So I don't know. It's always something. But I guess if that wasn't in the news would have been really slow this week. So
yeah. So Adam, you want to now segue? I'm sorry, I just wanted to make.
We got a question in the room.
Go ahead.
Yes, I saw that question
from Nigel. What are our thoughts on the Huawei foldable phone?
Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I'm not a fan of the foldable phones pretty much at all.
Yeah.
and not just Huawei's. You're not a fan of anybody.
I don't like any of them really because I don't see the point. I don't like Android tablets. So to me, that's the only reason why you would want your phone to be bigger. I mean, your phone to fold so you can to be able to make it a bigger size. And Android tablets aren't that good. I believe it was MKBHD put the video out, and he was showing how many animations the one thing had to go through.
I think he was picky there, and he said so, but he was being picky there.
Yeah, when you were opening it and all, I don't know. Android tablets to me are terrible, so I don't want no phone bigger than what I have right now, which is the iPhone 10. So I couldn't do with no 7-inch opening tablet that's never gonna get an update, and I'm good.
All right, Mike, you want to go next?
I think it's just riding the hype train. That's all.
That's it. My turn, or Adam, you want to go?
No, you go, George.
I think I'm going to end up being a fan of the foldable phones. I am not spending no $1,500 or $1,600 on a Samsung foldable phone, but I'm just cheap. And the Huawei foldable phone, I agree with a lot of some of the big boys that look to be the most interesting of the ones we've seen out there so far. And in my mind, at least, it did fold into something I think I could put in my pocket. And going to be interesting to see how they handle the screens because you're folding it from two different ways. And can anybody make a case for it? That's going to be interesting. But along with some of the other bigger guys that do this for a living, I find it kind of fascinating. And if Huawei's comes out to be somewhat affordable, I could see myself buying one of them. We'll see. I'll buy it a lot quicker than I'll buy a 5G phone. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, so I would be a fan. Excuse me. I would be a fan of a foldable phone because I like the idea of having smaller real estate in my pocket, being able to do functional stuff that I need for phone wise. But then when I have a chance to sit down and relax, being able to go whoop and having something a little bit bigger.
And I could see enjoying watching YouTube on
it. Yeah. I'm all for the foldable phone.
So we have different opinions.
George, how big is the phone again?
This one I think was 7.4 when it folded out. I think something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it seems like they're all folding out to sometimes 7 something. So yeah, it's the size of a tablet.
To me, it's just.
But we have different opinions, and in some of the Android Central and Android Authority, well, they have differing opinions just like us. So depends on who you are. Personal taste, I think, is a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'll wait. I'm going to wait and see if it really becomes a thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, if next year or 2 years from now, foldable phones are still coming out, I think they're going to be dead after this year when people don't buy them. And that'll be the end of it.
Now, some of the big sites, even MKBHD, seem to think 3 or 4 years down the road, that's where it's going to be.
I can't.
And he hopes they keep developing them.
I can't see. I think George that he's like you. Like he wants them to develop it for the technology of being able to have a foldable screen, which is nice. But as far as a phone goes, that's to me that I don't think it's gonna go nowhere.
But if it leads to a next step to something else, that's fine with me because I'm like him. I'm a fan of technology itself, so I like the idea of it.
I think the phone is gonna be like I can't even think of that phone, but there was a phone on Swapper that was like the price of it's ridiculous, and the price is never going to go down because there's not a lot of people bought them.
Yeah,
I think it's going to
be on Swapper. The price didn't go down.
Yeah, there was like a phone on Swapper where I don't know if it was like one of those Porsche edition phones where the person listed it for like the price he paid. You know what I mean? He's never going to drop the price because it's hard to find. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be like that. Like I don't think it's going to sell in big enough numbers where everybody's going to be selling them. So I think the price is going to stay high. It's going to be like a collector's item. If you have one of them, like Google Glass or something like that.
I was just going to say that.
I think it's going to be like Google Glass. I think Samsung, Xiaomi, companies this big. Remember, Samsung is the biggest manufacturer in the world. Xiaomi's the second biggest, I think, in the world. I don't think they have gone into this without doing a lot of research and potentially knowing there's years of this ahead. I don't think they would have even started it without knowing that up front. That's my guess.
Yeah, but see, when you say that, George, I laugh because I think of LG with their, what was that, the G5?
Xiaomi and Samsung are not LG because it's totally different ballgame.
George, the G5 and you could switch the
G5
parts
was
out.
terrible.
But that's what I'm saying. They all do research, but when it comes out and nobody buys it,
I don't think you can compare LG to Samsung and Xiaomi. I don't. That's just my opinion.
I think the focus groups and all that are the same. They come out and do the same research, and they're like, we hope somebody buys this, and when nobody buys it, that's the end.
And I don't think not with the kind of money these companies have. It doesn't have to be the end because they can afford to take a loss for a while, and I'm thinking they're probably willing to do that.
We'll see in a couple of years. I don't think we'll ever see a day where foldable phones are going to be the thing. I don't.
Okay, well, we'll find out. I guess we'll find out one way or the other.
Yeah. I just don't think that they add enough to make it
Not yet. Who knows what's coming? I don't know.
So.
All right. Is that it for that one? Moving on.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Nigel came out. Elijah was on our last stream last week. He was hitting us with a lot of questions. So,
got any more, Nigel? Bring them on.
Well, anybody in the room, please ask away. I asked it in the room earlier. What their opinion was of the bug, but nobody was responding. So that's okay.
Louise chiming in. Speaking of foldable phones, aren't the rumors of the LG G8 will do something with hand gestures?
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard they're promoting something about not needing to touch it.
But weren't there two Chinese phone companies that came out last week? No, they came out with no ports anywhere on
the phone. Right.
No ports.
No anywhere on the entire phone, and two different phone companies came out with it last week.
George, was it wireless charging, or did I hear they have some kind of like a connector?
Better be wireless charging, otherwise you use it once and you throw it away.
Yeah.
It's not a burner. I forgot.
I forget. I would think. I thought I saw they were using like the smartwatch charger kind of.
Oh yeah, and I think the whole thing was Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or both, and that's why you didn't need any ports, something like that. But it would have to be wireless charging. What else could it be?
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we're going to talk about Apple putting a smackdown on Facebook.
Go for it.
Go ahead. Go for it, Am. This is a subject you love to cover anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how long my voice will be able to hold out though.
Go ahead.
So Apple blocked Google and Facebook this week because they were using.
Right.
Excuse me. They were using Apple their own software to do bad things. I'm not 100% sure exactly what Google got on the hook for, but I of course
Google
read into
got on the hook
Facebook
for the exact same practice. So the practice was Facebook was taking Apple's, what's the name of that app they were Facebook was taking advantage of the Apple program that allows companies to create apps for their own employees and offer them first without first submitting to Apple for review. So if you take this app and you're going to say you're just going to use it to distribute among your employees, you're allowed to do it, and you don't have to go through Apple's testing and approval. But if you're sending it out to the general public, well, now you've violated the terms of the agreement, and that's exactly what Facebook was doing. It was sending it out to these even kids as young as 13 and paying them $20 a month to install this app, and it was doing it on iPhones.
Well, the kids had to get permission.
Nothing about it because they were going around it.
The kids did have to get permission.
They had to get permission from their parents, but they did not have to go through Apple's procedures to get approved. And they were supposed to just use it for employees. Well, it turns out Google did the same type of thing. Now, supposedly, Apple has already reinstated it for Google, and it looked at the bottom of that article like they had already reinstated it for Facebook too at this point. Or did I miss that? Did I misinterpret that?
I didn't see that part.
I thought everything's hunky dory on.
Yeah, I thought they were trying to reinstate it for Google.
Oh yeah, Apple resumed letting Facebook use internal iOS apps.
I just want to read a paragraph from the Washington Post on this. We designed our enterprise development program solely for the internal distribution of apps within an organization.
That's why it's called enterprise.
Right. Facebook has been using the membership to distribute a data collecting app to consumers, which is clearly a breach of their agreement with Apple.
Right.
So again, Facebook is doing a no-no.
Right.
You know, they knew that they were doing this. They knew that they were,
and they were sending it out, I gather, to thousands and thousands of people and paying them to use this app just so they could collect all this information about them.
Yeah.
And I gather Google kind of did the same thing, except Google did distribute it to its employees, and the article said, and others. So they didn't say they were actually going after the public with it, and that's what Facebook was doing. But who expects anything different from Facebook at this point?
I'd rather have Facebook paying people and telling them, hey, we're totally going to spy on all your stuff instead of just spying on everyone's stuff anyway. Because they do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they did violate the terms of the agreement.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with Apple on this one 100%.
Yeah, and plus he got Apple out of the doghouse for a little bit, so.
Well, and I think the way Facebook was doing it sounds like it was way more egregious than what Google did. Although Google got a slap on the hand, but the next day it got reinstated. So and they worked with Apple. So to me, all it says is that it seems that Facebook never learns, and nothing is going to make them change. Not the government, not Apple, nobody. I just think they're so freaking arrogant. They're going to do what they want to do, and they don't give a crap who says anything about it.
Yeah.
And I think they're the only company that bad.
Until it starts costing them real money. That's the only change.
Or gets them shut down entirely.
George,
I don't think that's impossible.
George, did Facebook ever get penalized how Google did in Europe over their?
I believe so, but the Google got the biggest. But keep in mind, the Google thing was a total money grab by the European Commission, and that's what they do. They did the same thing to Microsoft. They did it to Apple once too, but I don't think they ever did it to Facebook. But they're always looking at them. If you're in Europe, in any of the EU countries, and you are making a lot of money, the European Commission is going to find a way to get into your pocket, and they'll pass a rule, and then you got to pay them. That's what they do. They just nailed Google bigger than anybody, but they have already done it to Microsoft and they've already done it to Apple. You know.
Gotcha.
But they're just, to me, they're just greedy politicians who want to control everybody. That's how I see you.
Get back to that phone with no ports. Nigel says the phone with no buttons or ports is the Vigo Apex.
Vivo.
Right. And there's another one. There were two
Vigo.
that came out in the same week.
Vivo, isn't it?
No, Vigo. He's in the comment. He's VIGO.
Oh, I thought it was a typo.
I think it was actually the Vivo.
Oh, okay.
I'll go look it up.
And Adam, what is your son talking about? Matt Dorn. Oh, wait a minute.
He's trying to use the text to speech. That's Michael Dorn.
Okay.
If I know my son, he's probably saying meltdown Facebook.
Okay.
So that's what I think. So is the so the phone is this guy here?
Hold on, let me see.
So you got it? Where is it?
Well, no, I don't really
Vigo.
have it. I just put up a picture of Vigo from Ghostbusters 2.
That's not the phone.
That's that. What was that guy's name? Vigo. His name was Vigo, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's
Was
why
it
I looked it
last
up.
name?
That's why this is funny.
Oh no, was it like another name? It was Vigo something.
Oh, Vigo.
No.
That's a good question.
Wait a minute.
I'm looking up online. Meizu is the first one that came out with it. MEIZU, Meizu.
Okay.
Vigo the Carpathian.
The phone with no buttons or ports. And Vivo, yeah, you were right. Vivo and Meizu both have come out with one.
But I like Vigo.
Well, Vivo's a pretty big name
from him.
Over
he ain't gonna offer us 5G. Anyway. All right. So where are we up to next?
Let's see here. Facebook bug escalates 4. Okay, we'll go. We'll get into Will and cutting the cord.
Oh,
so
I told you I'm not cutting the cord.
Well, wait a minute.
Well,
started out
it to us then.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Out that way. I was cutting the cord because I was using the app that Alan told me about, Phone Tech at Work, and I did use that to get the fight, and I probably will keep using that to get the fights.
But yeah, the one he told you about in the chat.
Yeah, but what I did was I have Xfinity, and all I did was just return my boxes, my cable boxes, because they charge you $10 a month. So I returned my cable boxes and got Roku premieres from I got the first one from Walmart. I got a Plus. Then I got the other two from Google Express. They had like a $20 off 20% off.
There goes
up to
Bill buying heels.
So you kind of did cut the cord then, really? Sounds
cable
like.
box. I just use the app to get my channels, because you download the Comcast streaming app and you still get all your channels. You just don't have the box. So my bill, I'm saving like $80 a month. Now I just gotta find a cable modem. I found a couple of them on eBay. I'm just scared, but I think I'm gonna buy it from there. Buy the cable modem, and then take the modem back too. So my bill will go from like 2 something to like 120. But I still got all my channels. I just have less boxes.
Okay.
But yeah.
So what channels you have?
All the channels are all. I still have my Comcast. I still got my Comcast channels, but I don't have the box. I don't have the Comcast box in all the rooms. So I'm saving $10 a month per room.
Or Showtime or anything like that.
I don't have those. I don't got those. I got rid of them because HBO stopped
them years ago. Yeah.
HBO's they got out of boxing as of December. So what I was doing with them was when I wanted to watch boxing, I would order it for the one day of the fight and then cancel it. So they would charge me like $1. But
nice.
I got rid of them, and I don't have Showtime either until they have a fight. When they have a fight on, then I'll do the same thing with Showtime. But Mike, I still have all my channels. It's just that I don't have the box. Because if you use the Stream app, as long as you're on your home Wi-Fi, you can use an iPad, a phone, or whatever you have, and still get all your channels on whatever device you're using.
Can you, in so many words, can you share everybody the app that
it's just Xfinity Stream something. Oh well, yeah, yeah, like Alan said, I got them all on the Wi-Fi TV app. The only thing is, that's why I was gonna get an Apple TV for my last TV, so because I can use that app on the Apple TV. They don't have it for Roku, but on Apple TV they have that app that Alan got me to get, where you can get all the channels. You get everything. You get Showtime.
For how much? How much? $20 a month, right?
You can pay monthly, or you can do like 3 months. I think 3 months is $55 for two devices. I think it's $180 for the year, something like that. The only thing is, it's kind of like, it's I don't know, it's reliable, but it's not reliable enough where I would have been like, I can get rid of all my cable boxes, because then I'll come home one day and my mother-in-law wouldn't be able to watch TV because the signal will be down or whatever, and I'll be upset. So
does she have a box?
Yeah, I kept the box for her because the whole Roku thing is too much to explain it again. So she still has her box. So I'm paying for one box now instead of paying for 5. I was paying for like 5.
Yeah, okay. Once I got rid of my box from my cable company, of course, once I got YouTube TV, I have a lot of channels. Not all the channels that I had on cable, but of course now we find, because we have the one TV with the one from Best Buy with Roku built in. Well, we're finding we can find a lot of stuff on Roku for free. So it's working out pretty well.
See, I got the Roku set up, and then I got Netflix as one of my, you can use Netflix on it. So it's working fine for me. I don't miss the cable box at all.
Okay.
Well, the thing with Will is, though, he's still a paying customer for Xfinity.
Yeah, I'm still paying
cable, TV channel. So he has the full ability to go and, let's say, get the ABC app and tell them that you're a customer of Xfinity, and then in turn you could always do, on demand. You know what I mean? If you wanted to catch a show, I'm just picking ABC for example, but a lot of the major channels, being he's a paying customer, he will get all the benefits of having that. But yet, though, too, this is that what it's called, Wi-Fi TV, Will? Yeah. That though gives you a lot more freedom. So
with that, you get every channel on anywhere you want. Like, you can be anywhere and use it. You know what I mean? You can, but you just have to have the right setup. Like, if you have that box, what is that thing? Android TV box. You can put the app on there and watch TV.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get it straight. Are you saying now it works on Android?
Yeah, the Wi-Fi TV, that thing that I got with
I thought it was Apple only.
No, you can use that on Android TV. I think they have one. They have it for the Fire Stick. I think for
Fire Stick.
iPhone, Apple TV.
Can you use Roku TV? I assume.
Anything except for Roku. If they had it for Roku, I would have put it on there. But they don't have it for Roku.
They don't have it for Roku yet. Yeah.
So maybe, maybe I'll get a Fire Stick, even though I don't know. See, the Fire Stick doesn't have the Comcast app. That's the thing. If the Fire Stick had the Comcast,
Alan is saying the same as you. That's his situation. He can't cancel DirecTV now just yet.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes you'll go on there and it might be like, this channel's unavailable. So I can't. I can't have no channels and then go on there and that thing says it's unavailable. Then I'm
I'll say lately it seems like DirecTV is getting better and better for me. To me, it is. I haven't had Pat say once it stopped doing the spin thing. She's working the DVR fine, but this is it just is great though. But though too, I know you didn't cut the cable per se, but you cut out a lot of stuff that didn't. Right, these cable companies, this is where they make the money. You get rid of that. You get rid of that. Your router and go with your own. That's another another $10?
$14 a month.
Now, Alan is saying Wi-Fi TV works on Fire Stick, iOS TVs, and Android devices. Okay.
That
makes a lot
of sense. I told you, like, you got it.
I thought it was only on iOS, but
Yeah. So that's why it works with Android TV and it works with Fire Stick too. I've got one of those.
You got a Fire Stick?
Yeah, I've had a Fire Stick for a long time. Yeah.
You get everything. You get all the. That thing has all the. It's like 6,000 channels. You get channels from all these different countries, and and it's live TV. So.
Right.
Okay. Let me know when we're done with this because we have another question.
All right. I was just going to say, go ahead, George. Go respond to Nigel.
Nigel is asking, what you guys looking to get as your next new phone? Anybody want to go first?
I'm not getting anything.
Alan, I like Alan's answer. Go ahead. Go. Somebody else go.
For me, I will not be getting an S10 because I'm not paying that money. So my guess is within the next month, I'll be getting more than likely one of the new Moto phones, probably the Moto. What's the last one I got?
The G6 Plus.
I'll probably be getting the G7 Plus or the Moto G7.
George.
I have the G6 Plus, and that's a great phone for the money. And also I might be getting another Xiaomi phone. I'm waiting to see what comes out and works here in America.
George, move over a little bit.
Because?
You're like half of you is in the
frame. No. That's what we're seeing. Adam told us about that. If you look down the bottom, you can see I'm fully in the picture.
Oh, okay. You're in there?
Yeah, I think you weren't in the room when Adam told us.
Oh, okay.
We did this just to mess with your head.
Now you do need to move over a little bit, George. But I thought that you wanted your.
Is he?
You need more old folks? Is that it?
Well, no, because we mostly got do you see the shot on YouTube? Not that way. Not that way.
Unless I'm talking, I don't. Oh, okay, I got you.
There we go. Yeah, see, you were over there at one point, and you migrated over. It's all good.
I never thought I moved, but of course, at my age, I might not have felt it. So
uh-oh. All right. And Mike, don't bother answering this question, Mike, because we know you lie about getting new phones.
Oh, here we go. Right, that's his brother talking, folks.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, I'm not getting any new phones at all this year. 3 weeks later, he had 2 new phones.
And he said that live.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. So go ahead now. Go ahead. Stick your foot in your mouth.
Adam, you're not getting any new phones?
No, I got my baby. That's all I need. My Pixel.
Okay. All right. And you have been making a comment. You want to share about your recent your recent not an issue, but you mentioned about the battery life in it though.
Oh yeah, I'm noticing the battery's not as robust as it used to be.
Gotcha.
Back the first time I had it was using. I think Pat burned it out when you gave it to her for a while.
Okay. All right.
That's right. Blame your wife.
That's right. She can take it. She's got big shoulders, so
yeah.
Now, of course, 6
and she's probably out of the room by now.
LTP8 for Mike. Okay.
Here's my answer, folks. This stuff is not. It's always the same thing, and I'm not really interested. I'm just interested in what our capabilities we can do with these. That's what I'm interested in. So,
and if you remember from last week, folks, we did have a discussion where both Mike and Will said they were kind of bored with the phone thing to some degree. I'm the one that's still excited about phones in general. Change in my case at all.
Yeah. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Will. Yeah. Nigel, Nigel is a very fortunate gentleman. He could actually get Huawei phones and not worry that he's doing harm to his government.
Well, he probably is.
Nigel in the UK or something, because Huawei phones are great over there.
Yeah, and George, getting real quick about the folding phone and that Huawei phone. I've not just the folding phones, but the Huawei folding phone is no interest because really,
Wait, you mean the Huawei or the Xiaomi?
Well, Huawei, I thought showed a folding phone, a potentially
one that
folding
folded
phone.
in two different places.
I think it did.
That's Xiaomi. That's the Xiaomi phone.
Well, they just posted one about a folding phone.
Yeah, I know Huawei is coming out with one. Samsung's coming out with one. Xiaomi's coming out with one. A couple of other companies are rumored to come. I think LG has some renders up somewhere of it too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Adam,
for me, it's all about price.
Yo, I'm
we
back.
were talking about being bored. I'll say, I guess it was maybe 6 months. I don't know how long y'all been streaming. Mike had you into it. You went out and bought Android.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Are you bored? Are you bored now with the phones?
Well, all right. In my defense, I only bought one phone initially.
Well, you know what I mean. Mike had
yeah. Well, I was into it, but partially because we were streaming all the time, and he had me all jazzed up into it. But also another aspect of it is that I was investigating all the different phones, and I found the one that I like. I found the Pixel 2. So once I found that one, now there needs to be a phone that comes out that really wows me to get me excited again.
Okay.
So I guess in a way I'm bored too.
So you're bored too.
Well, I wouldn't be bored if I had more cash. I wouldn't be as bored. Like if I was single, I'd still be buying these phones.
See, I don't know. I don't think, to me, I mean, it's the money, but it's not only that. Like even if somebody like Mike gave me the phone, and I still Mike, I'm getting.
Oh my God! No. I'm coming to repo it. I know where you live. I'm coming to repo the phone. I'm knocking your door when I'm done work tomorrow.
Oh,
not even just the money. It's like
got all big.
It's partially what Mike says. It's partially where he's like, to me, it's more like the software is more exciting than being able to fold the phone or not having no ports, because it's still the same. Like when OnePlus came out with the fingerprint thing under the display. All right, it's under the display, and after you use it a couple times, now what? You know what I mean? It's still the same phone. Or if I go buy the Samsung S10 Max or whatever they're calling that new one that's like $1,400. All right. They changed the thing. They took away the buttons on the home screen, and you can swipe and all that. But after that, you're still not going to get no updates. It's still a Samsung. You're still going to have duplicate apps. You know what I mean? It's still the same.
So basically, you're saying what you said. Oh, you're bored with phones, and that's the difference between somebody like you and me. I'm not bored with phones.
Like Adam said if he had the money. For me, even if I had the money, I don't think I would be excited enough to go buy the phone.
Heck, he got a free phone and he sold it.
No.
So Will is proving that he's living up to his word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I understand what Mike is saying, but I understand what you're saying too, George, because you like them because I don't know, you like that type of stuff, and I like gadgets, but not. I don't want my phone to be able to do all that.
Google, here's Fox
you don't want your phone to be what?
To the office
I don't care about my phone. It doesn't. It's not, to me. It's not adding nothing to the phone. Even if I can open it up and use it as a tablet, it's still just an Android tablet. Like it's not. You know what I mean? I don't.
Excuse me. I don't want to interrupt, but looks like we have an extra guest in our room who decided to join us.
Yeah.
George, did you see who popped in the room?
I heard my wife's voice.
Yeah, I think she opened up something, and she actually was online with us. She was actually showing up.
Oh, she was?
And she just told Google to change the channel.
Yes,
we got two entries for George now.
Yeah, we got two Georges, and one of them is not George. Okay.
Nice. I thought you were talking about Forbes.
She signed into my account. That's what it is.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I'll be back.
You gotta report this.
I'll be right back.
All right, everybody say the hot word and get everything going at George's house. Hey, Google. Hey, Alexa.
All right, I'm going to be writing the thing now, so just in case anyone opens up something nefarious at George's, we won't see it.
Yeah. Anyway,
so we'll make sure he doesn't tune in.
Forbes Tech in the room. Welcome to the stream.
Yes, welcome welcome to Geekheim, Forbes.
I heard George. I heard Joseph there. He's in San Antonio, out by San Antonio, Texas. He was complaining that it was only 60 degrees where he was at. Lucky SOB.
Well, it's okay. Look, Will's there in a t-shirt still.
A t-shirt. He probably yeah. Well, he can afford it. He's probably got the heat going about 90 degrees at his house. All right, so it's a white t-shirt.
70 something.
Oh man.
Oh, the extra George is out of the room now, so that's good. All right, I think we're safe, and we're not going to see anything bad.
I'll get back to Nigel real fast. I thought I saw Nigel saying my man's got 3 phones. He's got a P20 Pro, a Mate 20 Pro. Yeah, that's what he said too, and iPhone XS Max. So my man's got some devices there.
He can make a call or two.
Yeah, I bet he can. Well, he's as bad as me. I got my 4 phones here today. Excuse me, with all lines, working lines. So
you spend too much on phones, man.
Yes, you do.
Too much on monthly bills.
You spend too much on phone lines, not the phones.
Yeah,
phone lines.
Well,
you better get T-Mobile. You better get what's that thing called? T-Mobile digits or whatever.
Digits, yeah, I know.
You could have one SIM and do the rest off the Wi-Fi off that one. And
I know.
Save 75%.
Forbes is in a t-shirt and shorts.
Extremely apologetic to all. She's so embarrassed.
That's all right. That's all right.
But somehow she had her phone on and it went right into Hangouts into my ID.
I think we better call Google and tell them.
I think we just had a violation.
Call CNN and tell them.
Look, yeah. George, I got a good lawyer. Okay.
Okay.
That could have been anything.
All the legalese is coming out now.
I'm looking for us all to get rich, man. I'm emotionally devastated from that.
Yeah,
pain and suffering.
Yeah, I'm the weirdo here. I have always said I don't want to be rich because I don't want the responsibility that comes with being rich. Being $300,000 a year, that would be fine.
I'll take the.
I don't consider that rich. Yeah, I don't want the responsibility. Thank you very much.
Well,
and I've said for many years, people say, well, having money is such a great thing. It would be nice to be rich and that. Don't we have hundreds of examples of rich, famous people killing themselves and all kinds of stuff? So I don't think that's not the answer.
George, because they don't have nothing better to do.
And you will because you're the different one, right?
Yeah, if you give me that money, I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous, though. That's the difference. They're famous. I just want to have money. If you gave me $5-6 million, I don't want to be on TV. I just want to have money.
Here's what I've always said, and I still say: if you give me a choice between money and happiness, I'm going to take happiness every single time, without fail. And I'm the one who always says I have so many blessings in my life, I couldn't possibly come up with anything to complain about. That's still true every single day of my life. So I don't need to be rich.
George, you're rich already. You're hanging out with us.
Oh, there you go. Mike comes with the word. All right.
That's right. Let's see. What else is there?
Everybody's saying who's going to miss Hangouts. I don't think I'm going to miss Hangouts because I don't use it unless I'm talking to y'all. Yeah. So you'll have to come up with something else.
I don't think they're taking away our ability to broadcast, right?
Who knows?
Not from inside YouTube. I think they're still going to use that because that's beneficial to them. But the thing that I do with the separate Hangouts is probably going to go. But Mike and I were already testing.
So the way that we broadcast will stay, but you're saying your way of doing it is going to go, you're thinking?
Yeah.
But
that's Mike and I are already testing out other avenues. We just panicked, Mom. Bob's just panicking now. What? Hangouts?
Oh no! We shouldn't have said anything. Oh no!
That's why I've been trying to get you guys on Discord.
Yeah,
I can't. I got on there because of you, but I don't really. Oh, wait. Did everybody start getting rid of Inbox yet? Inbox is going to. Google's getting rid of everything.
I got on the Discord thing, but don't we have enough Discord in our lives already?
Boo.
I just don't like Discord. I really don't like it.
Oh, all right.
Well, tell us why, Will.
I don't know. I just don't. It's too much going on. It's too much going on.
All these different channels. It's different channels in there, Adam? Is that it?
Well, he's here's what it is. You in general for Discord, people can make their own servers, and then they're in charge of that little area, and it's their own area. They can construct however they want. Then inside that server, you can get yourself different channels,
and that's what
each channel can be dedicated to something else, and you can have like groups of channels. Yeah. Like I got a little YouTube section where our talks are in there. I've got a Marvel Cinematic Universe section. I've got Star Trek, Star Wars, miscellaneous geekery for anything else that doesn't fit.
I love that. That's a great term.
A little place for you to pimp yourself if you're going to be on a stream somewhere or something. Oh, I should have put our link in there too. Oh, I did. All right, go me. Yes. But yeah, I like it a lot because now I've got like an assortment of different things, and like it's not like going to Twitter where you're just barraged with everything. And here, like, I can go to my Minecraft game players Discord and go there and talk with those people, and then talk with my like in real life friends that we've set up in Discord.
Well, I'm starting to agree with you. It sounds like there's too much going on for me.
Maybe. I guess it's not for everyone.
I don't know. It's busy, and then I don't like the interface of it.
Yeah. That's I'm not crazy about the interface. I'm not the way it looks. The other way was Hangouts was a lot more cleaner, I guess you could say. A lot more simpler.
Hangouts was cleaner, but you couldn't do nearly as much.
When you go for some stuff that gives you a lot more power, then you're probably going to get a lot more complication. You know?
See, for what Adam uses it for, it's but for like just talking, to me it's crazy in there. Especially if you're in like a busy one. Team 100 had one for a little bit. The voice chat thing on it is good because everybody can chat on the same, I like that part of it, but
you see Nigel's next question?
No, hold on.
What are your thoughts on the Google Pixel 3?
Oh, man, that was my phone for a couple months.
I'll let you guys talk about that because I haven't had it.
I liked it. I had the 3XL. Google sent me one. They donated one. What's it called? they sponsored my. What is it called? When they send you something for free, I guess they sponsored it or whatever.
But you don't even have.
I didn't even make a video with it. Geez.
I'm more subs than you. You get a free phone.
Now I'm thinking about it. I could have really went somewhere with that.
You could have. You could be a YouTube star.
What did you do with it, Will?
I sold it. Google sent me a free phone and a charger.
Yeah.
Because they messed up and didn't bill me, and they sent me the phone.
Oh,
and
all right. So
the guy tried to entice me with a $25 gift card to send the phone back, and I was like, I want to keep it. And he was like, yeah, you can. But they didn't bill me.
So you sold it. Did you buy another phone?
No.
Okay, so you got money for another free phone.
I sold it and kept the money.
But he kept the money.
I did like the phone. I had a white one, and I had the charger. It's pretty much the Pixel 2, but you do get wireless charging. I don't like the gestures. That actually the gestures, I really didn't like them. I hated
the gestures, just the Android Pie gestures or more?
No, the Android Pie, that's it. That terrible swipe up and all that. It's not as smooth as on the iPhone.
Yeah, I like the gestures. I just don't like them as much as I do on the iPhone.
Yeah, I didn't like the gestures. The camera was great, but it was pretty similar to the Pixel 2. The waterproofing was better. I like the build of the phone better. The notch, you get used to it, but the charger, I didn't use it for the feature that it was supposed to be for, like the docking it and having Google Assistant or whatever on the. I didn't use it for that. I just used it to charge the phone. Right. So Google never pushed out that fix that was supposed to let you hide the notch, and they never did that. They never gave you the ability to switch from the gestures. Okay. I guess it's not coming.
No, I don't think that's coming. I think that's there for good.
Yeah, it's been a while. But even the fix with the with the hiding the notch. They really should have pushed that out, but I guess Google just said whatever.
But see, you're saying you got used to the notch, but it sounds like you do.
Yeah, no, you get used to it, but I would, if I had the choice, I would have rather had the black bar with the notifications in it, like they said they were going to do. They never did.
I still have the notch on the iPhone. I have the notch on the OnePlus, but I said all along the notch wouldn't bother me when I got. Well, now I have 3 phones with it, and it doesn't bother me.
George, the notch on the iPhone is nothing compared to Google's notch on
the one in the Pixel 3 XL was huge. I agree with that.
The XL notch is like down in the middle of the phone.
Yeah.
But if I had if I was going to spend the money again, I mean, to go from a 2 to a 3, unless you really want wireless charging, you're not missing that much.
Right.
So,
and I had said all along, if I were going to get it, I would have gotten just the regular, not the XL.
They didn't give you no more RAM, or it's pretty much the same phone.
Right.
It's disappointing, but maybe next year, or maybe this year, I'll try it again with Google. I don't know.
Which kind of leads me into. So has everybody expressed their views about the punch hole cameras?
I feel kind of punchy about it.
I'm leaving again.
I'm dragging Mike down to my level. I like.
That's right. Yeah, I'm on punch juice. Okay.
And I'm looking at the phones that are coming out with the punch holes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying the same thing I was saying for the months before I got my first notch phone. I don't think they're going to bother me in the slightest, and that's my same opinion with the punch holes. They okay to me.
I don't like it.
You didn't like them right off the bat, right?
Nah, I don't like it.
Yeah, didn't you say last week they were worse than the notch? Or?
To me, it's worse than the iPhone notch.
Okay.
Not worse than the Pixel notch. The Pixel notch is in a league of its own. But to me, it's worse than the iPhone notch.
Okay, yeah, and I'm hearing some of the big boys, same kind of split opinion. Some of them say it doesn't bother them at all. What's his name from Android Central? He hates it. Russell Holly. He absolutely hates it. Wrote a whole article about how he hates it.
George, here's my question. I don't know if you've seen it yet because I haven't been seeing any videos. How does it handle? Let's say you're watching YouTube, right?
Yeah.
If you're watching YouTube and you turn the thing sideways,
right?
What is that? Does that notch just become a black bar?
No, I think it just stays there. As far as I know, you just see that in the little corner. And I've heard a couple of the big guys say, once you start watching YouTube, you don't even notice it's there. That's what they're saying.
I would rather the iPhone notch than that. That's
I don't think the punch hole notch is going to bother me any more than the teardrop notch, which doesn't bother me at all. So my guess is it would have no effect on me whatsoever.
And George, this is why I really don't like it, because I don't know. I guess it's not as much for them to have to do software for, like fixes, but I can see that thing being a problem because they haven't even adopted to some of the, the apps on some of the apps that have for the phones with the notches now, like the Pixel, what I mean?
So you're talking more about the developers themselves, aren't you? Okay.
Yeah.
And that makes sense,
Yeah, I think that.
But keep in mind that Google did the same thing for the punch hole notch that they did for the original notch. They built it in to the software.
Yeah,
so it should be an easy thing for developers to fix, I would think.
I don't got too much faith.
Okay.
I don't have faith in the stuff in the Play Store unless it's a big developer.
Mike, I think Will is a total apple juice guy. That's what I think.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going off of what I've seen in the past. I don't have too much faith in them, but as far as making all those apps, no.
Did we lose Adam?
Actually, being at a Samsung too.
Sorry.
Okay.
At Samsung, there's already going to be all kind of stuff baked into it because Samsung is going to do their own thing with it. I'm sure they're going to have some,
which is what they always do. That's true.
Yeah. So they're probably going to have some kind of feature built in where.
And plus the fact, when you think about it, Xiaomi and Huawei, they kind of do their own thing to a degree also. So they're probably going to do what they want too.
So let me ask you, Will, about your boredom and stuff like that. What you need to find that make you go, okay, this is something going to be good to help me do X.
So you're saying what will excite him again?
Hologram.
You mean
Well, not hardware, not hardware. I'm talking about software.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about remember earlier when we were talking about the rut that I get myself into, I've got my Facebook, I got my Instagram, I got my my 7-Eleven app, my Wawa app, all the basic ones I kind of use, but there's got to be something that maybe helping your productivity, something, George, you take full advantage of the fitness apps, right?
Yeah, well, to a degree, but as I always said, I don't need the fitness apps because I've been doing this for 37 years. So I'm going to do it, fitness app or not. But yes, I like.
But it helps you gauge. It helps you know where you stand. Does it not?
I like seeing the stats per day. Yes.
Right.
But overall, I don't need them because I know. I don't look perfect on the outside, but I do look perfect on the inside all the time.
George, you're just so perfect right here, right now. Okay, George. Folks, is he not perfect? Tell me in the comments. Okay, George perfect.
Give him a thumbs up.
If my outside looked like my inside, I'd be walking around looking like young Arnold all the time. Okay, my insides are really good. But I have this 74-year-old hanging outside.
Okay. Adam, does he look good or what? Is he?
He looks great. Come on.
Yeah. So
come on, Will, let us know what's going to excite you software-wise.
Yeah.
From Google?
No, in general, anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody that iOS have on here.
All right, it's not. Like, all right, from Google, Google will have to really.
He got nothing.
Google will have to
say there's nothing Google can do for him. Period. That's what he's saying.
It'll take years to me because Google will have to catch up to where the iPhone is. Google's not. They don't have a watch that's. You know what I mean?
No.
To me, Google will have to do like I was saying months ago. They would have to almost lock Android down to where it's more like iOS, not all the way extreme like they seem to be doing at times now, but they would have to take control of some stuff like messaging. We already know RCS is just really terrible. They would have to do something with Chrome, with the Chromebook, where it integrates better with the phone, not just like the browser, because right now Chromebook integrates with your phone where it can unlock it if you have a Pixel. But the thing
I agree with you there.
The thing that syncs is the browser, or the apps that are on the cloud where, it's kind of like what iPhone does, but like if you have a MacBook, you can cut and paste. Like I can cut something on my phone, open my computer and paste it on, it's the way everything works together. Their ecosystem would have to get better, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it unless they go to Fuchsia and take the Pixel that way and take everything else that way.
I agree 100%, Will.
OEMs. That's the only way I'll go back to Google and be excited, or not even excited, but feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Because with iPhone, if you have the iPhone and you have a MacBook and you have the Apple Watch and you have the iPad or whatever else you have, everything works together. And
Will, let me spring off of that for a minute. One, Mike, you were talking about getting a Mac or something, weren't you?
Yeah, this is probably I'm going to need to get a new laptop to do my YouTube channel.
Yeah, and just so you know, so you're somewhat prepared. Before I get my next phone, I may be looking into some kind of refurbished MacBook or something. So that may be not too far off.
Yeah,
you guys should go in together and get a deal.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Let me ask you something. Why a MacBook? Why Apple?
Because remember I told you last week, just before we started, my computer got wiped.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Windows. So I found that every single time I restart it, it's getting wiped. So I assume I have some kind of virus, but I found, I have Carbonite, so I went and took everything that I need for all my YouTube stuff, and I put it on a flash drive so I can get it all back in 10 or 15 minutes. So that's not a problem anymore. But I hear all the big guys talking about the MacBook stuff all the time, and it sounds like I'd be a lot better off just getting one and going with it and going more into the Apple ecosystem. And you'll never get me off iPhones because I love Google too much. But
no, yeah, right.
I can see me getting into that far pretty soon now. So it's very likely.
I will. The Apple thing with Apple is to shoot a video with this, to do my audio. I could see it easily applying it on the computer. Or make it,
because everything is synced.
Right. Everything is synced. Everything just works better. It goes back to what Will was saying about the better connection between the devices. Will, you mentioned about the Chromebook.
Yeah.
And stuff. So.
And even though the majority of my phones will still be Android, well, I'll do what I do now. I'll just copy them onto the MacBook and go ahead and do my editing and go from there.
Right. So, but you can still have Android. It's nothing to,
what this is more likely to do than anything. It's not going to pull me from Android, but it's a possibility it'll pull me from Microsoft.
Yeah. But and it seems like a lot of YouTubers use the Apple products to operate their channel.
Right, and to a man and a woman, they all rave about them.
So,
the problem is most people don't want to get an Apple or MacBook because you can get a Windows laptop for cheaper, or it'll be more specs or whatever. But for like the reliability, besides like the keyboard stuff or stuff like that. But
and at this point, I'm looking for the reliability. And yesterday, I recorded two phone comparisons between the OnePlus and the Nokia 7.1. Well, in both of them, I did 4K videos. Well, when you do 4K videos, of course, everything uploads and renders a whole lot slower. My rendering took about an hour and 15 minutes. My upload took about 45 minutes. And from what all the big guys say, on a Mac, that would be a lot faster. So,
yeah.
I finished I got my video up. Now, keep in mind, I went about 2:00 in the afternoon to do my filming. I was back home by about 4:30. I finally got my video uploaded at 11:45 last night. Okay, that's how long it took me to do everything. So whatever makes it more efficient and quicker for me, I'm going to try to go with it, assuming that I can afford it.
And Mike, getting back to what you said, what would make me? That's the thing. To spend the money again, even though, the iPhone is born, these icons are born. I'm sure if this update, they're not coming with no kind of big radical change because all these iPhone people who are older or whatever, they'll be like, how do I use my phone now? But to spend the money again on an Android phone, knowing that my iPhone is probably going to be updated for like the next 6 years and it's going to work fine, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. I'm going to be bored either way. If I get an Android phone, I'll be bored at some point. I might as well be bored with something that's going to last longer and work with everything, and I can use my watch. That was the thing. If I switch to Android, I can't use my watch. You know what I mean? My AirPods don't work good.
That's true.
It's not going to sync with my computer. It's kind of like, why bother? So why spend another $1,000 or whatever Pixel's going to charge this year to be switching back and forth again, because I'm not getting
that's where I have it easier than you will, because generally I'm not spending money on these $1,000 phones. Because there's so many good phones that are somewhere between $200 and $500 or $600. I stick pretty much in that range.
Yeah, see, you're better than me, George, because I know I don't know. If it's not like a OnePlus, it's hard for me to buy a phone that's like $200 when I already know. I mean, like, unless you go get a Xiaomi, I'm not doing all that work to find a Xiaomi phone and all that. I'll just buy a Pixel or,
I'll tell you right now, as far as the budget phones go, as near as I can see from what I've bought, the Nokias and the Xiaomis, they're the way to go, because they make good budget phones that work very well and have really good cameras for what you're paying. So
but see, they won't have the Google call screen and all. If I'm going to get the phone, I want all that nonsense.
See, I don't need all that but you know me, I'm driven by the camera, and you know it.
I don't need it either, but I want it if I'm gonna pay for it. So
yeah, and I can understand that.
That's why I'm like, I'm not even gonna buy nothing because it's not gonna work as good. And Google's got a long way to go. And I won't have iMessage. I won't have RCS.
Yeah, I know you'll miss that.
I won't have Wi-Fi calling on AT&T. I won't have. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and Mike, now you need to answer the same question for yourself.
I find the productivity. I found that I mentioned about that one YouTuber that she had the Note 9, right, and she shared some things that help her work phone, and I found some things on that was interesting, and I'm going to take a deeper dive into it. I'm going to actually rewatch her video probably two times. For work itself, there were some things that Adam will laugh at this comment. I'm a little forgetful, and I'm not, Adam.
Just a little, yes.
Yeah.
He has to hang stuff on his door, leaving, so he remembers to take it to work with him.
Yeah, sometimes. So there were different productivity things. There's certain reminder apps that she had.
Okay.
I found it interesting. I know it was a Samsung thing. She mentioned about it would send text messages out. If she sets a time. Well, no, she would send a text message or a reminder text. I don't know. It like I said, I was just amazed at all the things she found in that, in what she could do with her phone, and that's what I'm talking about. That Note 9 could last easily 3 years. Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe push it for 4 if you really wanted to.
As long as you don't care about updates. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But the apps could do the same. Look, I could still run. I know this is not the best phone going here, this LG phone that I got for free, but a lot of stuff I can still potentially do.
That's what I was thinking. It sounds like a lot of stuff that she was showing you could probably do on any Android phone.
On any Android phone. So, and I wouldn't put it past on an iPhone. Good Lord, what you could do on an iPhone possibly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So those are the things I think we're missing on the boat here. So real quick, we have Tony Panzo in the room. I'm so happy to have him here.
Tony's here.
Hey, Tony. Tony made some. Getting back, I just want to just touch base here. Tony left a comment on that a poll Adam put out. He put a comment in saying FaceTime is king, and I know Will will agree with that one. Okay. And yeah, it's really up there. And he says, as far as the bug issue, it's just that a bug gets fixed with updates, and haters just blow up poop symbol, blow up blank, blow things up. You know what I mean? Just haters. So
he's
just
basically agreeing with what Will said. It's because it's Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right, Adam. Now, Adam, why don't we get you to answer the question? What would get you motivated about a phone or get you interested? Is there software, hardware, anything?
Software definitely, because like I said before, I'm loving. I'm using Google Assistant more and more around the house. So the better that they get with that, although it's pretty darn good already with the ability to pick out my voice out of situations, but with the ability to did George go? Oh no, okay,
I do that. I do that to myself. Sorry.
That's cool. Yeah, I do that. We come back, he's hitting himself in the head. No, yeah, software would definitely be great, because the easier they make things to be able to integrate together, so that I don't need 15 different apps to do something, or at least I can seamlessly move one thing to another app, is better. That's getting better all the time. But hardware wise, I do look forward to the folding phones, because like I said, I like a bigger display, but I also like it to be in a smaller package when it's in my pocket. So,
exactly. And I think maybe you're like me. I'm kind of looking forward to the coolness of it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
as long as I don't have to spend $1,500 for a Samsung, you know.
Yeah, and yeah, the coolness, of course, is a good factor. But
you and I are very cool gentlemen. I can see that.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at Adam. He's got a scarf on. He's so cool.
That's right. I'm totally cool.
Right. Yeah. And of course, Willis Cole, because he's wearing a short sleeve shirt.
I have no vanity.
There you go.
But yeah,
you look like the Tom Baker Doctor Who, so that's as cool as it gets. Come on now.
Well, that is the official scarf from BBC.
There you go.
So, but yeah. So hardware wise, I don't know. I see the thing is they would need to come out with something new, something that changes the phone overall from it just being a brick or a slab in your hand.
So, and that's a foldable phone. I can understand that.
Yeah. Or I would really love all the functionality of the phone in that thing that's hanging out of your ear right now.
Oh, okay.
Not all the visual stuff, but like just have just that and be able to do phone calls with it.
But that would be very eerie, wouldn't it?
Okay, everyone. Good night, everyone. That's our show for this week.
I had to get that in there.
Tony, nothing changes, Tony. It's still, the puns are still here.
Exactly.
It really does not. Are we going to hit those last couple stories?
Go ahead. What's the next one, bro? What we got?
Other stories there? I didn't even see them.
Yeah, there were more. How about the one where 5G, where they say Verizon and AT&T jumped the gun on 5G?
Yeah, where did I put that?
That's all from Mike right there.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't get a chance to read that one, but it doesn't surprise me.
Oh, Mike.
I
find these articles for you.
My goodness! I'm seeing here. Verizon doesn't offer coverage map for its 5G service, but it does offer neighborhood lists. I took the list. I'm reading off of here. Apparently, the article got updated.
Okay.
Oh, update. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's an update. Yeah.
Took the list, translated them to neighborhood boundaries via Google Maps, and mapped those zip codes. Here is Verizon's secret 5G home coverage map. So there's a link here.
Sounds like an awful lot of work.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I got it up on the screen right now. It's a little teeny tiny wedge of Houston. I think it's supposed to be that blue part, the interior.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay. I see it.
Oh, it's only again, notice the terror. Look where they're covering. Aren't they all like relatively flat areas, I guess?
How do you know that?
Yes, and that's the thing with 5G. 5G won't penetrate crap.
Right.
You know.
Adam is
no,
crazy.
Adam,
it's a flat area. Yeah, it's a two-dimensional map. How can it doesn't.
Yeah,
have...
but if you look at all the companies that have come out with 5G, they're putting them in cities that are basically have no hills, because hills are a big problem. At the moment.
And they're having trouble penetrating buildings and all right now.
I've read articles where they'll have trouble penetrating from one body through anybody's body.
Yeah.
So,
I don't like the idea of stuff going through my body. So, all right.
No, I don't care. But my point
look at
is
all that Sacramento gets.
Don't buy a 5G phone anytime soon. Yeah.
Sacramento's got it made. Let's move out there. They have 5G up to wazoo.
I'm sorry, bro. I missed this article. I did not catch all of it.
I missed it too.
It seems to be pretty much the same shenanigans AT&T's doing.
Exactly.
Verizon will post coverage maps for 5G home service on its website. AT&T's Netgear 5G hotspot are available by invitation and lab, and we talked about that already.
But check out the third paragraph. The underlying struggle here is that Verizon did its initial rollout with pre-standards 5G equipment. Now that standards compliant infrastructure is available, it's switching further builds over to the global standard. But the standards compliant home routers from Samsung and Motorola won't be available until the second half of this year, so Verizon can't expand its 5G home coverage area until it can get hold of those. Everybody jumped the gun to say, oh, we were first.
Well, there's also another piece of the article I just quickly read here. There's another underlying drama. The U.S. battle against Huawei. The Wall Street Journal said last week encountered a bunch of European carriers complaining that Ericsson and Nokia were falling behind Huawei when it came to releasing 5G equipment.
Right.
Because of the effective ban on Huawei in the U.S., Huawei is designing its equipment for other markets. But Huawei doesn't have 5G home equipment, Verizon says, and it can't get from Motorola and Samsung. If other infrastructure makers can't keep up, then the U.S. will fall behind on technology, on technical leadership as a whole. So basically, kicking out Huawei, which seemed like Huawei was the big dog.
The two biggest dogs in 5G up until sometime in 2018 were Huawei and ZTE. The two companies that nobody wants to be in America, but they're ahead of everybody else in 5G. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other companies who could keep up can't. I mean, they were like in third or fourth place. Can't make the stuff fast enough.
Exactly.
And
Huawei and ZTE already have the stuff made. That's the problem here.
Meanwhile, what do we see on TV commercials from AT&T?
Yeah, 5E.
Yeah.
What the hell's 5E?
Yeah, it's what AT&T is calling their 5G, except it's nothing really there yet.
Mm-hmm.
When you buy a phone, any phone, or even the Motorola Mod that has the so-called 5E in it, it reverts back to 4G LTE because that's all they've got.
Nice.
So it's an advertising crap. But if you look at every AT&T commercial on television now, the last thing you see is 5E. What a bunch of crap.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
George is upset.
I was going to say, Adam, I just saw the news. Seems like you're raising a Google fanboy.
Yeah, like Liam, who's in the room using one of your phones, one of your 58,000 phones. But last night there was a catastrophe. Our router lost signal, and Liam literally came like running into the room, doing the risky business slide into the room. My Google Home doesn't work. I'm like, okay. Are the other ones working? I don't know. Whoosh, and
he's got his priorities. I think you're raising a great kid there, because I'm a Google fanboy also. There you go.
It was pretty funny. And a few minutes later, he comes down. No, Mom thinks it's the router. I didn't. I was like, yeah, okay. I already reset it. You should get it back soon. Okay, that's good. And I told him about today's stream here that I was streaming. He's like, "Oh, is it a technology stream?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, good. I like those. Are you gonna talk about Google?" And
I can just
straight up asked about it.
Liam come into the room. The sky is falling.
Oh man! I can't wait.
He made some kind of comment before.
Keep it up.
When Apple was ragging on Google and took away some of the stuff, he was like, "What? My Google?" I said, "Don't worry, it's okay."
Good for him. Hey, he may end up being a Googler or something, working there.
Yeah,
he could. I don't know. I think he's too creative for that place.
Okay.
Well,
they do have a lot of projects that are kind of behind the scenes with some heavy duty forward future stuff. So he might fit in there.
He can come up with all that good stuff.
Talking about forward thinking stuff. A gentleman by the name of Artem, and I cannot pronounce his last name. He is the editor for.
Sorry, Munchie's here.
Okay.
Munchie's here.
Here, I'll put that name up. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, Holtzno, Artem Rasakovsky.
Okay. Well, he's the editor for, I believe, for Android Police or Android headlines. I forget which one, but he says he just tried a dinner reservation via Google Duplex Assistant auto caller thing, and it worked.
Cool.
Talk about cool technology.
Yeah.
I just wish I could listen to the recording of the call somewheres.
Yeah.
But apparently
he's saying he told them to make a reservation.
I don't know if it'll show. It shows there.
Okay, there you go. I like it.
Yeah. So
I was able to do that like a month ago on the Pixel. Yeah, but it's only certain restaurants would let you do it. Like Olive Garden, it worked, but certain ones wouldn't work.
Okay. Well, maybe I should find out in a couple of weeks if you can do it at the
Mike.
I'm looking at Munchie's comment.
Look in the chat. Yeah, that was Munchie's friend.
yeah. Him and that guy. They drink coffee together.
I knew he sounded more like I believe.
Yeah, he really like. That's right. I know he has a real.
Okay. I see his comments.
Adam, you missed the story. It's a lot to it.
Is it last week's stream?
He was bashing the Pixel like a couple months ago, and he was on Twitter saying one thing and then go to Reddit and say that he dropped it or something like that. He lied. He dropped the phone and tried to say that it just broke, or it was a whole big thing. And Munchie called him out.
With a case, didn't check the back, and then bitching about his phone cracked and Pixel 3 having a glass back. Well, okay,
that's gonna happen. Got to be careful with your technology.
Yeah, Munchie called him out on Twitter.
Good for you.
Yeah, they were
on Twitter.
Yeah, they were having a little feud there, so it was cute. It was a good time.
Oh, Munchie, quickly. The rainbow picture you posted yesterday was awesome, by the way.
Let's see. Let me see the notes there. What else? Oh, Adam, what's this about this Google reporter tries to go without Google?
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm sorry, not Google.
Story.
This reporter went without Google, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Microsoft.
Yeah. She went through and tried to do 5 different phases. This was like a big story for her. And like the article has 5 different phases where each week she phased out a different section. So she didn't try and go without it all at once. She like this week was going to be Amazon. This week was going to be Google. This week was going to be that. And I enjoyed reading through. I didn't make it through the whole thing, but I enjoyed like when she tried to get rid of Google for the week. Like she was late for a meeting and tried to catch an Uber. The thing, and she did all this with custom-made VPNs for all her technology, so that way like it would just block it, and so she didn't have to know what was run through where. But whenever she was late for a meeting, tried to get an Uber, and Uber was just like, we can't load, we need Google Maps.
Okay.
And she's like,
I'm enjoying the titles because she's got Goodbye Big 5. Week 1, I tried to block Amazon from my life. It was impossible.
Yeah.
Week 2, I cut Facebook out of my life. Surprisingly, I missed it. I don't know if I would. Week 3, I cut Google out of my life. It screwed up everything. I bet you that's where the Uber came in.
Yeah.
And I cut Microsoft out of my life, or so I thought. Okay, so I just find the titles interesting week by week.
Yeah,
Mike.
So based on what she's saying basically she really needs these things in her life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
now wait.
Go ahead.
Do y'all think y'all could live without Google?
Not a chance.
No.
On your phone, you don't think you could do it?
No,
you don't think you could do it?
That was pretty courageous what they did.
Mike,
there.
So if you let's say Mike, if you or George too, if you just went with the iPhone, you don't think you could uninstall all your Google stuff and use the phone?
I couldn't live without Google because I turn on all my lights and TVs with Google and Amazon. Nothing from Apple.
Yeah, and it's not even just the straight up Google apps. You could probably do it without the Google apps. You can make it for a little bit. But like I said, Google Maps is into, I think the number in here was like 70% of everything that has a map online. Yeah. So she had to go. Did you guys know that MapQuest was still a thing?
Yeah.
And they have an app. So
they have a MapQuest app.
Yeah, she had to go do that. She had to go and change her browser over to Firefox.
Yep.
And let's see, what else was there?
Firefox wasn't a bad browser.
There are still people who rave about Firefox.
Yeah, I found that was it. Yeah, I had it for a while. I liked it.
Yeah, but it's not bad. But just the fact that it's not something that you normally use.
No, right. True. It would be hard. I couldn't do it because everything's Google at work for me. I remember I got G Suite at where I work.
Okay.
G Suite.
Yeah. So
you can talk to your G Suite administrator.
Google Pay.
Oh,
Google pays $3 billion a year to keep Google default search engine on iPhones.
Yeah, that was why she had to switch her browser over to Firefox. But so
wait a minute. So you're saying Safari? If I use Safari,
when you search on Safari, it goes to Google. Yeah,
by default, you can change it.
You can change it to Yahoo.
Who the hell does that? Unless the default's Bing.
I wouldn't be.
No one's gonna.
Yeah, Adam, it does show up as that. Well, wait a minute here. Hold on. You got me.
Here, let me lean far away from the microphone and babble.
Let me. So where do I go to change my default?
Settings.
Oh, is it in the settings?
Yeah.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
Go to settings and then go to Safari. Then it tells you search engine. They got Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go to DuckDuckGo. There we go.
I don't even have Google Maps on my phone. I don't have Google Maps. All I have is Chrome. That's it.
You don't have Google Maps on your phone?
No, I'm using Apple Maps.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get out.
Talk about a downgrade.
Using Apple Maps. Nah, well, Apple Maps, it works good with the watch. But yeah, I'm using Apple Maps. The only thing I have is, my Gmail, and then I have Chrome. And that's it.
Wow.
Oh, and YouTube.
Let's hang out just a little bit more and see if he pulls on something else. Oh, and
Google Music, because I pay for it.
He keeps adding. It's like a bidding war.
It is. It keeps going.
Yes, Nigel. I was very upset. I got emotional. Look, here's my crying towel. Okay, so go ahead, Will. Sorry.
Because of YouTube, that's why I have Google Music still, because I don't want the commercials on YouTube. Okay, Google, stop. That stupid thing started. the Google Home started, but yeah, on my phone, that's all I have. That's Google.
I like Munchie's comment. He says Apple Maps will catch up with G Maps in 10 years.
Well, but catch up with Google Maps where they are now in 10 years. And in 10 years, Google Maps.
So if Apple Maps is where Google Maps is in 10 years, of course, 10 years from now, Google Maps will probably have the ability for me to think about where I want to go, and I'm just there.
Yeah.
Like Google's going to hear your stomach rumble, and it'll plot you a course to Wendy's.
Exactly.
Right.
But I didn't think I'd be able to do it either. Especially the maps. Mainly the maps was the thing, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I could not live without Google. And at this point, at least at home, I'd have a hard time living without Amazon too.
I could do without Amazon.
Okay.
I wish I
use both of them to turn on lights and stuff like that around the house. I never touch any lights.
Regular Amazon.
And I never touch my TVs anymore, except for my living room TV. So.
The agoraphobia is getting strong with me, and if I can avoid a trip somewhere and wait 2 days for it, I'm like, yes, please.
Are you really?
Well, I mean, serious? Not super agoraphobic, but I just don't like going out and doing things.
Okay, because I had a friend years ago when I first started programming in New York who got agoraphobia really, really bad. And he almost got to the point where he didn't want to go to work, and he was about to stop coming to work. And for a few weeks, he was saying, I was the only one that boosted him up enough to keep him coming to work, because he was going on a PATH train coming to work on the subway, and he was close to totally freaking out.
Yeah, no, I'm not there. Places that I'm familiar with, I'm fine, but just new places, I'm like, I don't need to. Okay. And I mean, I know there is a degree of lazy involved in there, but there's also a degree of something else. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah. So you're kind of the opposite of me. I love any place new and going any place new, finding another way to get there. I love that stuff. But I'm a driver to the core.
Yeah, like my brother there. He's like, I don't know, let's go this way and see what's there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It could be death that way.
And of course, nowadays, I always tell everybody, don't freak out. You've got a GPS. It'll get you back home. Don't worry about it. you know.
Well, what did Munchie mean in chat? They're using G-maps for time travel in Game of Thrones season 8.
Oh, I don't know. I've never. Okay.
They went out a smartphone and started using Google Maps to figure out their next attack.
We may not be on the same level of tech as Game of Thrones. So.
Look, George has migrated again off the screen.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. There you go. When you're like sitting back, you're good.
Oh yeah, I was leaning in towards my reading comments. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, where are we at with our show notes?
I think that's pretty much it. There, I just want to leave off with I figure it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 5 of.
Yeah.
Just real quick, guys. I'll ask everybody here. I think I know what Adam's comment's going to be. Predictions for the Super Bowl. Anybody?
Oh, God.
Well, first of all, let me start by saying I am not watching.
Oh,
this will be the first Super Bowl I haven't watched in 40 years, maybe.
Why aren't you watching?
Because I don't want to see New England win, and I'll throw up if they do, and I refuse to watch it. So I am not watching it.
Oh my God.
No, we don't need you throwing up, George. I feel you.
I refuse to watch it. I absolutely refuse to. When the Rams win, I'll be happy the next day, but I refuse to watch it. So of course I'm rooting for the Rams.
Did y'all see y'all probably didn't see the newscaster who did that thing and got fired?
No.
With like a graphic up that was like talking about the Super Bowl, I guess, and Tom Brady must have came on the screen. He had it was like known cheater or something.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
They fired for that?
Yeah, they fired him.
I mean, come on. A lot of people have called him a cheater because of Deflategate and all that.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a fireable offense at all. It's stupid.
Yeah, he fired him.
I mean, and of course now, even with what I said, I admit how great New England has been, and I admit that Tom Brady may be the greatest quarterback of all time. I just don't want to see him win again.
Yeah, but why?
I can't stand New England. New England's the only football team I dislike more than Dallas.
I think the whole thing is fixed at this point. I think they fixed it just so he can get his 6 rings and
the fact that a guy slapped his shoulder and got a 15-yard penalty kind of said a lot.
Oh yeah, I didn't know about that one.
The guy slapped his shoulder because he was trying to go tackle him, but all he got to was this part of his arm hit Tom Brady's shoulder, and they got a 15-yard penalty for abusing the quarterback.
Oh God!
Using the quarterback
for roughing the
penalty
passer.
Now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean he just hit him here, and that was it.
That's not football. That's not football.
It's not football.
I just think it's fixed so that they can make a nice story in the NFL. You know, they had all that controversy, so now
it wouldn't surprise me.
They'll come back and be big again. But it ain't gonna be no NFL soon. People ain't gonna let their kids play, so they're gonna enjoy it while it's here.
There was a story 6 months ago that something like 20% of all the high schools in the United States have banned contact football from their schools. That's just going to keep
it while it's here. You got to enjoy it while we got it.
Keep increasing.
Yeah, it's going to go away.
And soccer keeps going up and up and up, which makes sense.
Munchie said his helmet shook a little. I guess it's referring to getting this slap on the shoulder.
I think maybe a finger touched this helmet. I mean, if you saw that replay over and over, it was the most ridiculous call I've ever seen. You know. me being a defensive-minded guy, my favorite thing is to cream somebody. That turned my stomach.
Yeah,
that's not football, George. I can tell you that. You're
not allowed to touch the golden boy.
Well, we're from the age we used to just slap him around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody was fair game.
Where's Reggie White when you need him? Okay.
Oh boy.
I think New England's gonna win.
I hope.
I agree with you. I agree with you, George, about Oakland in the good old days.
I'm good for you, George. George, I want to see it. I want to see the big story. You know, whatever.
I just can't watch. And Belichick and Brady, they're too good to bet against, so I don't want to see it.
I'm rooting for the first tie ever. It goes to like 17 overtimes, and it's a 0-0 tie.
They didn't have more tie games in the NFL than I think they've ever had this year.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they really? Yeah.
They had like 3, I think, this year.
It could happen.
No,
because
it couldn't happen. They're not going to let the Super Bowl into the
I have too many friends down New Orleans to root for the Rams, and I can't root for the Pats because I hate them as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was rooting for New Orleans from the get-go. So, and they got cheated.
Yeah.
So, Adam, you'll be home Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be home Sunday.
I didn't know if you're going anywhere.
No,
that's where you guys sick family.
Yeah. If I didn't have a sick family, I'd say you should come over and watch it with us.
Yeah, we're going over Cuz Joe's. So I was just wondering what you were doing.
Have fun.
So Will, I take it you're pulling for Brady and the New England.
I mean, I don't really care, but I think they're going to win just because it's going to be a nice story. Everybody will forget about the kneeling or whatever they were doing a couple of years ago. Whatever. You know.
Are you guys real football fans, or?
Nah.
I tend to watch football every single weekend.
I watch it when the Eagles are on. I'll catch it. But
okay, so you guys are.
Most of the time, I watch it, they're on. They lose.
Okay.
I'm there for I'm going to my wife's cousins for the football party. I'm there for the food. I'm with family and for the commercials. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm going to miss the commercials, but you can always catch them all on YouTube even before the Super Bowl.
So now it's not even exciting anymore.
Yeah, they release all the commercials early. That's dumb.
So there's going to be a few movie trailers coming out.
Okay, yeah, that's right. There's rumors that there's going to be a Avengers surprise trailer coming out in the Super Bowl. So
okay,
and of course I'm a big Avengers fan. So
yeah, I'm all about that one.
We got Captain Marvel coming up.
Yeah,
they're starting to let the Marvel employees see it. I just heard from a couple of them that they said they saw it and they loved it.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I just want to see how they're going to bring everybody back now,
Let me tell you, we could go 4 more hours on discussing people's theories on that.
Okay, yeah.
There's some people that are insistent that Ant-Man was in the whole first Infinity War movie, and we just didn't see him because he was shrunk down.
That's a cool idea. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, there's tons of theories out there. Tons.
I like Ant-Man.
Yeah, he's fun.
But this kid as Spider-Man, I think he's by far the best Spider-Man they've ever had because he's a teenager. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
You see the previews for Far From Home? They had a trailer a couple weeks ago. It looked good.
Okay. And Adam, I meant to thank you for the free episode of Star Trek.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes. If anyone's interested in getting into Star Trek Discovery, the first episode of season 2 is available on YouTube for free.
For free, CBS, yes. So I watched it. I won't be seeing the rest, but I certainly enjoyed it.
How'd you like Pike? George,
I thought it was awesome. And I had to keep explaining to my wife, and this is the original Pike from the original Star Trek, and this is before that. And
don't you understand? This is important.
Yes, exactly. I got all excited,
Yeah.
And I thought Pike's character was awesome. The guy was awesome as Pike.
Yeah. He does a good job.
And just his whole demeanor, you could see he was like a precursor to William Shatner's.
Yeah, there's they released a couple different promotional shots for that one, and there was one. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Series 2, episode 1.
Looking at Pike, you can see, okay, Kirk has got to be next.
Of course, I can't find it real easy. Yeah, there's one shot where Anson Mount, the guy that plays Pike now, was basically like posed in Kirk's pose that he does all the time. It was
okay.
And
as soon as you did that, I knew what pose you meant.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And I want to hate Pike so much because he's keeping Saru out of the captain's chair. But man, this guy.
But we did give it back to him in the show.
Yeah, I mean it's not his fault, and I understand orders is orders, but I just was like, I was real bristly about them introducing all kind of new old characters.
But it's a well-written show. It's a very well-written show. Yeah.
It really is. Oh, let me tell you this week. Woo!
I heard you and your wife discussing it, but of course I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was episode 2. Hey Mike, you gonna watch it and we'll do a stream this weekend where you pepper me with questions again?
I would like to, but I'm gonna be helping when I'm done. I'm working tomorrow and I'm going down to mom's to help mom with stuff. Sorry.
This is the second Saturday in a row you're working, isn't it?
Yeah. We're trying to get caught up with some things.
No wonder he wants to get more productive apps.
Did you say productive abs?
Apps.
Oh yeah, those apps are productive, right?
Those apps haven't seen the light of day in decades.
Yeah.
Zing!
Sorry, I think we lost Will, by the way. Will
fit in there.
He just fell asleep because he's bored. He's bored by technology and bored by his co-hosts.
I don't know about Star Trek, nothing about Avengers.
Maybe Will willed himself invisible to you, Mike.
I don't know nothing about all that stuff.
See, are you doing another double?
No, next week.
Okay.
Next week.
I try not to get into the geeky stuff on these tech shows because it just goes down the hill. Look, we lost Will already.
Well, this was a lot my fault because I got into it right away.
What happened is I don't you got to watch them all, and I can't keep up with all those.
Yeah, let me tell you, I got so much stuff in my backlog. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh well.
I've seen the Spider-Man, a couple of them.
Did you?
So are we
I didn't see the Spider-Man cartoon though. The one that just came out. I did go see that.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a little strange.
I've been debating it. I haven't seen it.
It was a little strange, but
it was strange because it deals with like a multiverse and
the people were coming out of the space or something. It was like all those heroes. The people came from I don't know. It was a little weird.
Well, I'm gonna see it for Nick Cage's version of Spider-Man alone. He was the film noir version.
Oh, okay.
So it was cool. All right. So are we all finished?
I think we're all good here.
Past 10 o'clock.
All right.
Yeah. All right. But by the way, who's going to be next week?
Me. Next week is me.
You? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't sure.
All right.
So you heard it first. It's George's channel next week.
Friday Night Tech Talk will be on the Mobile Geezer channel. And
Adam, did you get any subs?
Nope.
Not one? Everybody must already be
It's
subbed.
good. Don't worry.
Wait a minute. That means Nigel. Everybody must have already been subbed then. Wow.
I you know what? Darn it! I don't know if Alan still here. I'm gonna start a what do you call that? Where your petition to have you move back to Friday nights.
Did you see Munchie's comment about when we talked about the Super Bowl tie? Munchie said 17 overtimes, a large number of peeps calling in sick
the next day. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, a lot of people will be calling out sick that day.
Oh,
I said they'll be calling out sick till Tuesday.
Yeah.
17 overtimes. All right. So George, we got his outro there. Were you finished?
Okay, so this is Mobile Geezer. Next week we'll be on the Mobile Geezer channel. As I said, you can find my articles at mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, and you'll find me at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I won't even mention Google Plus anymore. So thanks for watching, folks, and hope you enjoyed the show. Will?
All right, everybody. I got to go to work. Hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl. Hopefully Tom Brady wins.
Oh, boo.
Troublemaker.
Yeah, really. Instigator.
So everything can be right with the world, and everybody will be happy, and football will continue on. Because if Tom Brady doesn't win, football is over. Oh man. But that's good. He should win though. If he wins this one, he'll have 6. He'll be able to make nice documentaries.
Then he can play till he's 75.
He'll be able to retire, especially if he wins, George. Everybody was saying they're too old. They should win now, just to
Okay, I'm still rooting for the Rams.
Yeah, but they won like how many years ago? Like 4 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, but nobody complains when teams win. When Chicago won all those years, everybody was happy.
Everybody used to complain about the Yankees. Everybody used to complain about Pittsburgh and the Raiders and Dallas. You know.
I just hope.
All right. I think it's Mike's turn.
Yeah, hit it up, Mike.
Hey there, I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device. If you like today's video, give Adam a thumbs up. If you don't like today's video, don't give Adam the thumb down. Give me the thumbs down on my channel.
That is like muscle memory for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and sub to Adam's channel. How many you want to get to? You want to get to 100 soon, don't you?
How many does he have?
72.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. You need to sub to Adam of Geekheim's channel and get him up to 100.
Nigel said he subbed, but there's supposed to be a little animation that plays when people sub. I'm using Stream Elements these days, and it's good stuff.
You get to see the animation.
Yeah, it's sad.
I want to say thanks to Nigel for stopping in. I think he's
yeah. Thank you, Nigel. You contributed greatly to the show.
Yes, thank you for
the
questions.
Also.
And the professor, yes. So thank you for everybody stopping by.
Hey, Pat was still here. Wow.
Yeah, Pat's been hanging here.
That's shocking. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
And plug it away. Plug.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thank you for stopping by my little neck of YouTube. Again, that's Adam of Geekheim up there. If you're into all the geeky related stuff, please feel free to stop by. I'm doing more stuff on Twitch these days also, so I'll be streaming there sometimes when I'm not streaming here. Again, that's twitch.tv/Adam of Geekheim. And every Tuesday we talk about Star Trek Discovery. And that's it. Check out the Discord if you want to join up. I'm trying to drag these guys into Discord, but you know, we never know how well that's gonna go. Here, I'm going to drop another link into the doobly-doo. Where'd it go? Technology. Here it is. And we're going to
if we don't go to Discord, I guess we can always go to Datcord.
All right. All right. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next Friday.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching.
See you now.
Bye.